Never doubted them. Never doubted them once. Once. I never did. No, no, no. There's no proof that you can say that I doubt this team. Never said it once. I've always believed in this team. Never, 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 never. Boy, this team sure knows how to drive you crazy. They really do. They find every single way to drive all of us insane. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. Phillies win 3 of 4 against the Atlanta Braves. What I demanded them to do, even though, like I said, they drove all of us insane getting to this point. Bullpens for both teams were absolutely spectacular. Phillies don't know how to hit in extra innings. That's no surprise. They've been doing it all year long. Nick Castellanos is not human, as of late. For a while, actually, he's not human. He gets the job done again. He is the only reason the Phillies scored runs in this game. I'll give credit to Aaron Nola. He definitely did struggle in the fourth inning. Allowed 2 runs, allowed a lot of damage to get on the base paths. But still, at the end of the day, he went 6 innings, only allowed 2 runs, struck out a bunch, and that is a quality start. At the end of the day, it still puts you in a position to be involved in the game. It just sucks that the offense struggles so much against Schwellenbach, but they did manage to get to him to kick him out of the end of his start, which was around, the 6th inning or the 7th inning? You know, Bryce Harper gets on base, Trey Turner gets on base, Nick Castellanos drives both of them home, which gives Schwellenbach out of the game. But then both bullpens come in, and both bullpens basically do their job. Phillies bullpen early on had to deal with such, top of the 9th inning, Matt Strahm, bases loaded, finds a way to get out of that unscathed. Holy shit. Holy shit. Like I said, this team just finds ways to drive you crazy. Estevez has to pitch 2 innings and extra innings, and both of them were electric. Insanely electric. Jeff Hoffman does his thing. Just good stuff. Overall, Kerkering does his thing. Kerkering goes unnoticed because he pitched so early in the game. Man, oh man. Man, oh man, like I said, they drive you nuts. They drive you absolutely nuts. But 3 of 4. You win 3 of 4 in this series, which is the most important thing at the end of the day. And now when we're talking about the National League East standings, you are up 7 games on the Braves during the final month of the year, and you don't play the Atlanta Braves at all for the rest of the season. The next time you would see Atlanta is most likely in the postseason. So that is huge in terms of division standings, and you did take advantage of both the Dodgers and both the Brewers losing today, so that really helps with in terms of the bye week standings in terms of that. So with Milwaukee losing, the Dodgers losing, you're now a game behind the Dodgers for the 1st seed in the National League, and now you're a game ahead of the Milwaukee Brewers for the 2nd seed, so now you have control and you have some separation for that bye week right now. So that's good. Have an off day tomorrow, rest before you go out on the road. 2 games in Toronto, 4 games in Miami. So let's keep this going. Let's keep this train rolling. Even though offensively they still haven't fully figured it out yet. Just got to be honest here. The pitching looks like it has. The bullpen specifically looks like it has figured it out, which is huge. I mean, huge. Huge for this team. Huge. Alec Bohm once again not in the lineup. It does sound like he is getting better day after day, but it did really feel like they just were going to play him in the rest of the series because you know how precautious this team is with injuries and whatnot, besides Bryce Harper's minor injuries that he's dealing with, which most likely they are injuries that are playable through what Harper is dealing with, so it probably isn't as bad as what Bohm was going through, to where, they're playing it safe, give him basically the rest of the series off. He'll basically have 4 days off combined with tomorrow as well, so give them all that rest as possible. So, I guess at the end of the day, it worked because you ended up winning the series. So it worked there at the end of the day. So, if you want to talk about offense in this game, there's really not much. There's really not much offensively to talk about in this game. It's all pitching. It's all pitching, and that's basically the entirety of the series, except probably, I would say, for the first game. That's basically it. I would say maybe game 2 with Ranger Suarez and all that stuff. The last two games definitely have been all pitching. All pitching. For both teams combined. Ronaldo Lopez did pitch fairly well on Friday, so I guess you can combine that for the Braves side on Friday. But yesterday, Zach Wheeler did his thing. Max Fried was really good. Bullpens have been very good for the entirety of this series for both teams. So, and it's really important that the Phillies bullpen is figuring it out because they have been very, 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 very good. Probably just, since dating back to the last series in Atlanta, they've been good basically since then. And it looks like they are figuring it out. And that is very huge as you get closer to the playoffs that your bullpen and your pitching is doing its thing. It's basically it. You know what I mean? Bullpen's doing its job. Steves was huge, man. Steves was electric. That was fun. That was fun watching a Steves pitch. It really was. I'm not going to lie. Both teams each had 6 hits. The Phillies. So once they tied it in that 6th inning off of Nick Castellanos driving in those 2 runs, they didn't have a hit since until the next Castellanos walk-off hit. So that's how much the offense sucked for the Phillies' perspective. Well, the Braves, I guess you could say the same thing because they only got 6 hits on the day. So they really didn't do much. Looking at their Soler, he went 0 for 4. Ozuna, he only went 1 for 5. Olsen went 1 for 4. D'Arnaud 1 for 5. Merrifield, he had 2 walks, so he got on base a couple of times. Kelenic went 1 for 3. Arcia went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, so that feels nice. Urshela went 1 for 3. Luke Williams went 0 for 1. So a lot of people just not doing their thing. The Phillies' bottom of the lineup was just absolutely dreadful in this game, just overall. Nick Castellanos does his thing. Bryce Harper had 2 hits. And yeah, the top of the lineup basically was the source of the offense in today's game, even though it didn't really feel like it. According to the stat line, it was the lone source of the Phillies offense, but it really didn't feel like it. Schwarber 1 for 5, Turner 1 for 4, Bryce 2 for 4, and Castellanos 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. He knocks in the lone RBIs for the Phillies in this game. That is just insane. And if you're just looking at the entirety of this game, Aaron Nola tonight, like I said, quality start. Like I give him credit for the most part. He did have those couple of very sluggish innings where he was throwing a lot of pitches and he was struggling to get guys out. But in total, he goes 6 innings, 4 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts on 100 pitches. ERA drops to 3.29. Look at the bullpen. Kerkering, 1 inning, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 16 pitches. Hoffman, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 20 pitches. Matt Strahm got into the bases loaded jam. He walked 2 guys, allowed a hit, but managed to get out of that situation. A couple of huge pop-ups there. 26 pitches from Strahm. And then Estevez, huge. 19 pitches, 13 strikes, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. No hits, no walks, nothing. Nothing. With the ghost runner and all. Braves actually did move the ghost runner in the top of the 11th inning from Matt Olson's ground out, but Estevez stood tall. Got a huge pop-up, and then managed to get out unscathed. Huge work there. Just huge work. That can't go unappreciated from Estevez. That was great. And just the bullpen in general, even Strahm just figuring out a way to get through that jam. That's huge. That is very huge for your bullpen. In terms of both teams in runners in scoring position, the Braves go 0 for 10, while the Phillies go 2 for 9. And thankfully, Nick Castellanos was the guy that went 2 for 2 in those situations. Clemens went 0 for 1, Marsh went 0 for 1. That's a lot of it in extra innings, too. Schwarber went 0 for 1, JT 0 for 1, Stott 0 for 1, Harper 0 for 1. Like, oh my God. And seriously, almost Bryce Harper grounding into an inning double play in the extra innings in the 11th inning. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then the Braves go back to the bullpen. They go back to Holmes, who gave up the go-ahead 2-run shot on Thursday that got Nick Castellanos. Well, I guess Castellanos owns this guy now because that is 2 straight at-bats against Castellanos for Holmes. Castellanos has 3 RBIs against him, a 2-run shot and a single RBI hit. So I guess that was a mistake on the Braves' part. But basically, let's look at this game and where the runs happened. Top of the 3rd inning, Aaron Nola, solo shot against Michael Harris. missed location on the curveball, just hung in the zone a little bit for Harris to just get over the wall. Then you go to the top of the 4th inning. Braves did get a couple of base runners. Nola only allows 1 run in this inning, but it could have been way more from the Braves' perspective. Olsen walks, d'Arnaud singles, which you get 1st and 3rd. Merrifield grounds out into a fielder's choice, which scores the run. Kelnick reaches in on an infield single, but Nola gets out of the inning, striking out Arcia. He did throw a ton of pitches in that inning. Threw a ton of pitches, I believe 30 plus, if I'm not mistaken. Phillies' perspective in the first few innings. Schwarber, he led off the game with a single, but then nothing happened there. Bottom of the 2nd inning, Stott led off with a walk. Nothing happened there. Bottom 3, go down 1, 2, 3. Bottom 4, Harper led off with a single, but then you get a double play by Castellanos on the first pitch. Bottom 5, Phillies go down 1, 2, 3. Bottom 6, there you go, all with 2 outs right here. Turner singles with 2 outs. Harper doubles with 2 outs. It was a blooper down the left field line. And then Castellanos doubles to score 2 of those runs to tie the game up. And then you take Schwellenbach out of the game. So that was good there. But then the bullpen for the Braves basically did their job. So let's look at this bullpen-wise for both teams. Top of the 7th inning, Merrifield lead off with the walk against Kerkering. Then he gets the double play against Kelnick. Arcia strikes out. So in essence, it is a 1, 2, 3 inning. You only face 3 batters. Bottom of the 7th for the Phillies. Johnson on the mound for the Braves. They go down 1, 2, 3. Hoffman allows the leadoff single to Urshela, but then he retires the next 3 guys in order. Harris flies out, Soler strikes out, and he gets Ozuna to strike out again like he did yesterday. Bottom 8, Jimenez out there on the mound for the Braves. Strikes out the side. A lot of nasty sliders. Top 9, Strom out there on the mound. Olsen leads off with a single, gets d'Arnaud to fly out. Merrifield walks. Laureano walks. He gets Arcia to pop up, and then he gets Williams to fly out to end the inning. So big balls there from Matt Strom to not allow a run in that inning. Bottom 9, Harper leads off with a walk against Raisel Iglesias, and then just the most putrid at bats that I've ever seen in the bottom of the 9th inning. Castellanos swings at all 3 pitches, strikes out on 3 pitches. Stott swings at everything, grounds out on 3 pitches, and then JT strikes out on 5 pitches. Just horrible at bats in general. We go to extras. Estevez out there, retires the Braves 1, 2, 3, Harris, Duvall, and Ozuna. Bottom 10 for the Phillies. Marsh tries the bunt over the ghost runner, which is JT. He fails at it, then strikes out in the process. Hayes flies out on the first pitch, and then Cody Clemens works the count 2-2, grounds out. So nothing happens there. And you also had a foul ball that was just barely foul. And also, Laureano almost made a good play on it, but it just went foul. So we go top 11. Estevez still on the mound. Olsen gets the force out, moves the ghost runner over to 3rd. d'Arnaud then grounds out, right to Cody Clemens into the shift. Cody Clemens forces Ozuna back to 3rd, gets the out at 1st, so nothing too crazy there. And then Merrifield strikes out on a check swing, which was very fucking close. It was borderline, I guess, at the end of the day. You could have went both ways, but I feel like it was more not a swing than a swing. But Phillies got a break there, and you end the inning without allowing a run again. So go fucking win the game, please. Bummers out there on the mound for the Braves in the bottom of the 11th inning. Schwarber absolutely torched the ball. Just happened to be the line out right to Michael Harris. I believe it was 110 plus off the bat. Trey Turner works a walk. Bryce swings at the first pitch, grounded to a fielder's choice. There were weird, throughout the entire game, there were weird transitions with Merrifield at second base. Either there was just complete miscommunication between him and Arcia, and it was just like that throughout the entire game. Sometimes Merrifield just was not in the position that he was supposed to be when trying to turn double plays. It was just weird. And that was one of those situations. He took too long to get to second base. Turner was at second base, but then he still had enough time to throw Harper, but he got there in such an awkward time and an awkward angle that he throws the ball away, basically, and Olsen has to reach over, tries to try to tag Harper because he's thrown off the base, and Harper's safe because of it. It was just weird. It was just weird. Then Holmes comes into the ball game, starts off 0-2 to Castellanos, works it to a 1-2 count, fouls the pitch off, and then Castellanos got a pitch that he liked right in the middle of the plate, fastball, singles up the middle. Wins the ball game. Thank the fucking Lord. Thank the fucking Lord. Jesus. I did not want that game to go any further. Jesus. That was excruciatingly painful to watch. Both teams, honestly, batting-wise. Pitching was dominant. But batting-wise, Jesus Christ, some ugly at-bats from both sides. Oh my God. My God. It's crazy stuff here, boys. 100% crazy stuff. Nick Castellanos actually did have a very funny post-game interview on ESPN, so we'll definitely get to that because that was fucking hilarious, the way that he was talking. But yeah, this is just a very important win here. I said in this series you had to win 3 or 4, and after you won game 1, that you had Ranger, Wheeler, Nola set up for the next 3 games. You needed to win 2 of those 3, and you won the games where Wheeler and Nola pitched. Yesterday, Wheeler was absolutely sensational, and the bullpen was sensational to shut the Braves out. You got Edmundo Sosa was great, and Trey Turner got the solo shot. Today, Aaron Nola was solid, quality start, and then you eventually found a way to do it because your bullpen was really good. So, it turns out winning 3 of 4. Now you have a little bit better of a cushion in the NL East. 7 games, which was way more important in my opinion than being a 5-game lead. That's more preferable. The more room, the better, in my honest opinion. So that's really important. And also, you took advantage today of the Dodgers and the Brewers losing. So now you have a little bit of breathing room in those National League standings for the second seed at least by a game. It's not that biggest lead of the world, but a little bit of breathing room is nicely before you see the Brewers eventually at some point this month. I think it's the middle of September when you go to Milwaukee to play them. So that's going to be a very, very, very important series. Very important. You swept them earlier this year in Philadelphia. You need one more win technically for the tiebreaker. But got to win as many games as you can because the Brewers are playing really good baseball as of late, and same with the Dodgers. So got to get out at the right time. And the Phillies have been winning more recently, definitely. And, going back to the National Series, that is what going back to the National Series, that is 1. Then you played the Braves, that's 2 series. Then you played Kansas City, Houston, so that's 4 series wins in your last 5 series. So it's a step in the right direction, 100%. 100%. You have been playing a better brand of baseball, but there's still a lot of ugliness mixed in there, and it's also helping out that your pitching is figuring it out again and going back to what the pitching that was in the first half. So that is huge for you. Very huge. Still, you need a lot of guys in this lineup to figure it out. Schwarber, Harper especially, because Schwarber has not hit a home run in so long. He looks completely lost at the plate right now. Harper, lately, has been getting on base a lot better, and he's been seeing the ball a lot better. So I think it's just about due time for the wrist and the elbow that he's just banged up with. So maybe that heals more. He starts seeing more power with Bryce Harper. So that's something there. Trey Turner definitely has a little bit of better at bats lately. He had the home run yesterday. He had a couple of hits throughout this series. So we'll definitely see where Trey Turner goes. We'll see where Alec Bohm is going into Toronto. Nick Castellanos overall has been your best hitter for a very long time now. Stott, Marsh, they've been having better games as of late, but need more consistency from certain parts of the lineup. That's what I need to see. That's really what I need to see from this team, specifically just lineup-wise. More consistency, and that's with certain guys, 100%. Wheeler has been very good in the month of August. I believe he was one of the best pitchers in the month of August, probably the best pitcher in the month of August stat-wise. Nola had a pretty solid month. Bullpen really shaping up in the past couple of weeks, so that's really good, especially for this back stretch. Yeah, that's basically it. So I do want to get to some highlights here. I do want to get to the Nick Castellanos interview here on ESPN because that was fucking hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious talking to the ESPN crew. So let's go to that, actually. Let's go to that. Let's listen to Nick Castellanos here.
What did you see on that pitch that allowed you to be, the guy who was mobbed at the field there?
Four-seam fastball.
And how did it work for you?
I mean, you saw the game, right? You see the highlight?
I did see the highlight. You are the one. I got to ask you, it was Thursday. Okay. It was Thursday night that you had the phone in your pocket, and it rang. Where's the phone now?
Oh, no, that was a reporter that was asking the questions.
That was you.
That wasn't. No. If it was me, I would have just pulled it out and talked to whoever was calling.
All right. Well, there we go. Okay. This series was big. Obviously, we've seen the Braves. They've been struggling with the injuries. What does this series mean for you guys as you make that postseason push, especially now that it's September?
Just gaining as much ground as possible, right? And just to stay on that consistency of getting that feeling of winning baseball games. And, just catching our stride again as the weather cools down and October gets closer.
For those of us who have never had the opportunity to watch you guys play in Philadelphia, you guys have been so good there this season, but also the electricity in that stadium. Can you kind of take us inside what it feels like to sort of live in the moment that you just got to have?
I mean, there's a lot of energy because all these Philly fans are really into it. You know, they're going to give you all their love. They're going to give you all their hate, you know, but they're going to give you everything they got. Whatever form it comes in depends upon the night. But you just got to do the best job you can of relaxing and not letting everything, you know, just take you out of your game.
Well, you were 2 for 5, 3 RBI in this one, and you got the win when it was done. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
He was kind of so done with that interview when it first started. That was just hilarious. It's just Nick being Nick. Oh, my God. Let's get to some other highlights because there were some impressive things highlight-wise during the game. So let's go to the start of everything. That was basically Nick Castellanos and his RBI double to get the Phillies on the board. Nicky C, they call him Nicky Doubles, Nicky Singles, Nicky anything probably at this point, depending on the day. Oh, man. Got his Stevis fired up after all the extra inning stuff. Here's the Nick Castellanos walk-off hit.
The Phillies come from behind 2-0 and win it in 11, 3-2.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Let's hear the atmosphere from the bank. Okay, every time I try to do stuff that's atmosphere-wise, the sound never comes through, so I apologize for that freaking audio mixer freaking piece of shit. But, yeah, just overall, great stuff there, boys. We also do got Rob Thompson post-game stuff, so I want to see if there's anything that is interesting. So we got Colin Newby from 97.5 The Fanatic. Rob Thompson talks about how much Phillies value a playoff seeding and home field advantage in October. We play better because of all the support from our fan base, so that's a huge goal. Basically the same thing there. So, yeah. We do got a couple of voicemails here on the Anytime Hotline. So we're going to get to those. We got 2 calls here, actually. One from Sean, one from an unknown number. So, honestly, let's get to the unknown number here first. So, let's see who it is. Let's see who this is reacting to this Philly series win.
So, was a satisfying victory. Not going to lie, that was about as satisfying a series win as I've seen in a while. I'm not quite ready and we're willing to say that we're quote-unquote back yet because this team has a funny way of disappointing me constantly, but my God, was that satisfying. Although, not to take away from the series victory at all, but I need to see more out of Harper, Turner, and Schwarber because those 3, I'm nowhere near as confident in their at-bats as I have been. They have been coming up short in lots of big moments lately. And at the end of the day, guys are the ones making the money. These guys are the ones we need more desperately than anyone else to be stepping up in those big moments. As much as I love Nick Castellanos, I don't like the fact that he's the best hitter on the team right now. It's not a good thing to me. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Big Nick, but he can't be the best bat on the team. If he's teammates with Bryce Harper and Trey Turner and Dale Schwarber. Just, that cannot be the case. So, these guys are like fatigued or hurt or something. I think now's the time for them to start taking a few extra games off here and there to recover, to heal. Because if we go into October with these slow and not as big guns on the top of the order, not going to see success. a team that is more fired up is going to take the belt from us. And I want to see this team win a world championship. And I think those three need to start doing the team thing and start maybe resting or healing or whatever in order to figure this out.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if that becomes the case. Like as you get closer and closer towards the end of the season, I think they would like to clinch the playoff spot before any of that stuff happens first. But yeah, I could definitely see that happening more closer towards we get to the the end of September. I couldn't think of the term for a second there, but yeah, definitely very valid point with Schwarber. You know, Schwarber, Turner, and Bryce Harper. As great as Nick Castellanos is, Nick Castellanos cannot be the best hitter on the team. As amazing as he has been, and he has been flat out fantastic. You need the bigger money guys to be what they're paid to be. You need Schwarber to hit Schwarbombs and to be that presence that he is in the leadoff spot. You need Trey Turner to go on the stretches of offense like he has done many times with us. And you need Bryce Harper to be MVP Bryce Harper. That's what you need. It's just right now, like you said, time and time again, these guys are not coming up here. Bryce Harper, I think in the past few games, the past few series has had put up a couple of better swings, a couple of better at bats. Same thing with Trey Turner. Schwarber, that's the one that I'm still worried about right now because, yeah, he had a good swing in that bottom of the 11th inning, but he really hasn't driven the ball as much. That was probably his heart. That swing in the bottom of the 11th inning probably was his hardest hit in a while. So maybe that's what he needs. But he's gone a very long time without hitting a home run. I think it said like 60 plus at bats, and that's like the longest stretch of his career without hitting a home run. So there is something going on with Schwarber. I'm not sure what the reason is, but yeah, they definitely need to figure it out. 100%, 100%. I definitely valid points right there, in my opinion. Let's go to the next call. Let's go to Sean. Go to Sean. Haven't heard from him in a while. Let's see what he has to say on this Phillies series victory.
Had to get that win tonight. Had to win this series. For Atlanta to come away with a split would have been, not good for the Phillies. I mean, they would have come in no worse, leaving no worse than they came in. So that was a big win for the Fighting Phils. We'll see what they do when they go back out on the road again. Hopefully they can garner some momentum off of this. Once again, Nick Castellanos, frustrating as hell at times, but he has been big. I mean, 2 huge at-bats tonight when the Phillies needed it the most. And tip of the cap to the bullpen. We held serve with them. Great job by Estevez, 2 shutout innings to get us the win. In closing, I've been out of the loop for a little bit this week. I've been going through some personal stuff. I had to throw this in, though. My condolences to the Gaudreau family. Terrible tragedy, not just for Johnny, but let's not lose sight of the loss of his brother as well. I can't even imagine what that family is going through. It teaches us the fragility of life. God bless them in their struggles.
Well said there, Sean. Well said, and hopefully everything's going well with you. You said you were dealing with personal matters, so hopefully everything is okay with you there, Sean, and your family. Always appreciate you. You're always a constant caller here, constant presence on the channel. You've basically been here since day one, so I appreciate you, man. And hopefully everything's going good with you. But yeah, definitely well said there on the Gaudreau brothers. Still very hard, still very tough to deal with over the past couple of days. I've been talking back and forth with Brodes a little bit. Just heartbroken right now, and it's understandable. Those were his best friends, so I feel for the man. I feel for him. My thoughts and everything with them, with him, the family, everything like that. I definitely tomorrow, one of these next few days, I do want to go out to the memorial they're doing over at Hollydale and just leave something, pay respects, everything there, just to do that because it definitely is the right thing to do. At the end of the day, it's still very hard to believe that both of them are gone. It really just is at the end of the day, and it sucks every day thinking about that. But we'll, as a community here, the Flyers fan base community here, just the hockey community here in general, we'll find a way to get out of this. We'll find a way to recover from this and move. Well, I don't want to say move on. I feel like move on saying is the wrong type of phrasing there, but learn to. I guess move on is the right type of. It just feels wrong saying move on, but find a way to. You're never going to fully recover. I'm probably wording this terribly here, so I apologize for that. But find a way to grow here and recover and move on, because that's probably what they would want us to do. They wouldn't want us to mourn over them for so long, because I feel like that's not the type of people they were. They were never selfish, never focused on themselves. They were big in the community, cared about family and everything like that. So it's heartbreaking stuff, but it just sucks at the end of the day. It really does. It definitely does. But appreciate those thoughts there, Sean. And hopefully everything's okay with you and your family. Hopefully everything there is. But yeah, we'll definitely get to the chat here and see what you guys had to say. Got a lot of you in here. Got a lot of people viewing it as well. I appreciate everyone here. I know there's a good amount of BrodesMedia guys in here, Brodes Discord guys. I appreciate you all here. And yeah, definitely you guys from the Brodes Discord. I definitely told you this, but just keep pondering your thoughts and all that stuff. I'm not sure when he's going to come back. He'll probably be back eventually, but it's going to be a slow process for him. So just let him take this time to be, with the Gaudreau family and just get through this process right now. It might be a little bit, but Hunter will be back. It's just, a matter of time right now, just to let him and the family heal. So appreciate you guys for understanding through this difficult time for them. But getting to you guys here in the comment section so we can, get back to the Phillies here. And sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. I apologize. But Sir Philly, how you doing there, man? Yep, huge win. 100% a huge win. Tyler, is it me or Nick Castellanos is truly superhuman? Oh, probably. He 100% is. Really, Regal Eagle, how you doing, man? How you doing? Yeah, Anthony, we did not split it. 1 at 3 of 4, got 3 of 4. That's what I asked coming into the series, and to their credit, they did come up with 3 of 4. So that's really good. Too many strikeouts to the relief pitch. Yeah, I do agree. Well, I guess to be real, the Braves, both bullpens were really good. So, but yeah, I would like to see better approaches from our bats. 100%. Nola has been money since the beginning of all. Yeah, Nola and Wheeler have been very good. Nola and Wheeler have been really good lately, especially Wheeler too. I think Wheeler has been statistically one of the best pitchers in the National League this month. So, really good there from your starting rotation. Nola was arguably the best signing of the offseason, and I think so many people wanted him gone. But yeah, I never understood that. Nola is a very, he definitely isn't. I still don't think in totality he's the number one. I'm not going to get to that discussion, but he's still a very valuable pitcher in this league. The amount of length that he gives this rotation, that he can go out there, be durable, give you near 200 innings, surpass 200 innings a season. You can't, because that's a rarity now in this league. That is so valuable. What Nola brings to the table, it's so valuable, and that he can do that consistently. Yeah, pitching is very important in the postseason, Austin. 100%. 100%. Remember just a couple of years ago when the Phillies had one of the worst. No, I don't want to go back to that. I do not. What was it, the COVID year? Historically bad bullpen. The COVID shortened season, and then the following season was just all those blown saves. How many freaking closers did we have to go through? What fucking Brandon fucking Workman? Why am I doing this to myself? Brandon Workman, Ian fucking Kennedy. Hector Neris was a part of that, but, a lot of people have a soft side for Hector Neris. Even though he wasn't a closer caliber pitcher, he was a good setup guy, 7th, 8th inning type of guy. That was more where his role was suited to. Phillies forced him into the closer spot because they had no other better option. Oh, God. I don't want to relive those days, though. Definitely don't. So it turns out when you don't strike out 14 times against Schwellenbach, you could win a game. You tried your best to lose, but Estevez and Casti, thank God. Thank God Nick got a fastball down the middle of the plate to put a good swing in instead of another slam. I was very shocked they went fastball. I mean, like, thinking to yourself, in that situation, you're up 0-2 in the count. Why not just throw a pitch outside of the strike zone? You'll get Nick to swing at it, probably, with his aggressiveness. So that was a mistake there by the Braves pitching and the pitch calling there. Never doubted you, Casty. Never, ever. What else? I think now's a good time to give guys a few days of breather if they need it with an easier schedule coming up with the division at 7 games. Braves are in a dogfight now for that last wild card spot. I don't think they'll do it as of now. I think they'll do it more closer once you clinch a playoff spot. I think that's when you'll see the Phillies more in line do that with days off and everything there. The BrodesMedia Nick Castellanos call. Sadly, I don't have that clipped. I don't have that as a soundboard thing. I gotta steal that from Hunter. I gotta steal that from Hunter. I gotta get it from him because that is just too good. I'm part of BrodesMedia. I should be able to use it. You think? Probably not. Probably not. That's Hunter's thing. What else? Huge win tonight. Needed the 7. Yeah, 100%. Nick Castellanos, friend of the Mets. How you doing, Dr. Drew? Haven't heard from you in a bit. Avant-Garde need to get to at least 98 wins to lock in that first seed and the 5-2 this week is a great start. Just get one of the first 2 bye weeks. Well, the first 2 seeds, and you get a bye week. And I really don't care which one you get as long as you get a bye week. That's the most important thing to me is bye week. I don't care what seed. But yeah, definitely is a good start to doing that, 100%. I think the key to the offense is the big 3. They haven't been doing much there for we are 100%. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Schwarber, Harper, Turner, those guys drive the offense on most days when they're going. So you really need those guys to produce 100%. Really need those guys to step up now. But, yeah. Agree with all those points. I agree. Try to see if there's anything here on the Twitterverse. Oh, we got a little bit of Aaron Nola post-game discussion. Let's bring that up.
How difficult is it to get out of coming in with the ghost runner once, let alone twice, like Estevez did tonight?
Oh, I mean, never experienced it. I would never have to, but those guys are incredible. What he did tonight was awesome. I mean, we've seen it time and time again from a lot of our relief pitchers this year. I mean, you got a guy on second base with no outs and the biggest situation of the whole day. So those guys they're relentless, and they go to battle every day, and they work on they work every single day to be in those situations and succeed.
Yeah. Freaking Estevez was electric. Electric. Got another comment here from Castellanos. Let's go to that.
This was a fun game, and
he's wearing a Dolphins jersey. God damn it, Nick. I know you're from the Miami area, so that makes sense. You're Dolphins fan, makes sense. But Nick, come on, man.
Just a big series. The crowd was electric, and to be able to come through there was awesome.
How rewarding, 2-0-2 counts, starting both of those at bats and being able to come through.
It makes me want to have 2 strikes more often.
Facing 2 good teams this week, so I was into it all week. Did the energy feel a little bit different?
It definitely feels like October is around the corner. That's for sure.
Classic Nick. Carlos this is from Corey Sideman. Carlos Estevez on his first impression of the Phillies Braves rivalry. We don't get cold feet. That's what it looks like, and that's what it feels like. Interesting stuff there from Mr. Estevez. What else is there? Nope, not seeing much here. Not seeing much. Let's see. Nope, nothing else much on the Twitterverse. So we don't have to focus on that anymore. And I do think it's getting closer to time to shutting it down here and enjoying the rest of the night here going into tomorrow's off day. So, yeah, I think that's where we'll settle it for tonight, boys. Huge series win. Much earned off day tomorrow. It definitely is going to feel very weird not seeing Phillies baseball on Labor Day. That definitely is going to be a very weird feeling because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other teams that are playing. But, it's a much-earned day off for this team. They definitely need one. So, I'm not going to complain at the end of the day. So, yeah. Appreciate all you guys here. In terms of tomorrow, if there's anything breaking news-wise, I doubt there will be anything breaking news-wise. So, we also do got Eagles coming up this week. So, maybe it would be a good time to talk Eagles tomorrow. Maybe that could be a thing. But the BrodesMedia Discord is doing our fantasy draft tomorrow. So, maybe I can talk Phillies during that standpoint. So, maybe there is a thing there. Maybe we could stream the fantasy draft to just talk some Eagles going into Friday night's game. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. But appreciate you guys in general. Well, you'll see something pop up in the subscription feed if we do something tomorrow. So definitely just stay tuned for that. But as of for now, that'll do it for tonight, everybody. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Love you one and all. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Does me a great deal of service. Also use the code TTPSPORTS. $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. A great deal. Don't pass it up. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Good series win by the Phils.